Hi. So today our objective is we will create S3 bucket using CloudFormation template. So for that we need to install AWS CLI. We will configure AWS credentials. Then we will clone one uh, CloudFormation workshop from this link, and then we will proceed and make changes to this viable file, that is template and stack viable file. Here we will add resource S3 creation code, and then we will create the stack, and we will see that our code is working or not. So here are S3 dashboard. Here you can see there is no bucket available. So right now there is no bucket in our uh, dashboard, and we are in North Virginia, that is US East 1, and we will create our stack in this region only. So you can see there is cloud stack is no stack available. So we are going to do this hands-on, and we will create a simple bucket using CloudFormation template. So we will start, and these are the steps which we are going to follow. So first of all, AWS CLI must be installed on your machine. So let me check it is there or not. So AWS hyphen hyphen version. So it is here. So AWS CLI version 2 is available. So if in your system AWS CLI is not there, so first of all you have to install it as per your operating system. It is either Windows, Linux or Mac. So next step is that we have to configure, and why we are installing AWS CLI. So AWS CLI helps us to, we can interact from command line to our AWS account resources, and we will see how we are going to use it. Next, we have to configure AWS credentials. So we have to type AWS configure. So it is asking for AWS access key. So already I have created one user with the name CFN workshop using IAM service. I have created one CFN hyphen workshop, and here it's credentials. So first access key, and definitely I am going to delete it after the hands-on session. And next is secret access key. Default region name US East 1, yes, so just enter. And default output format JSON, fine, so just enter, and it is done. So how we can check that we are uh, our credential is working or not? So now we can check using command AWS S3 ls. So this command is for listing out all the uh, available buckets in S3. Okay, so let's proceed. Next step, and next step is that we have to uh, clone this repository. So we have to copy this command, and because this is command prompt, so we have to go in git bash, and here we have to paste it. So let's cloning. It's done, and we can open it. So it is in CFN 101 workshop. So we have cloned it. Now move to the code workspace, and here look for one YML file, that is template and stack YML. And here you can see this is the empty file, and it is asking that add your code here. So we are going to add code for creation of resource S3. So for that we have, here it is the code. So this is our YML code for creating S3 bucket. So resources S3 bucket, type AWS S3 bucket, properties about bucket encryption, and so on. So just copy it and paste here and save it. Okay, so we have done this part. Next, what we have to do, we have to go in console and update our stack. So here, go to the CloudFormation and create stack. Here, choose an existing template. Yes, we have template. We have just created one template. So upload a template file, choose file, and it is in, this is the file. Open, and we will get S3 URL, that is the location of this YML file. And next, give name, suppose name to the stack. Suppose I'm giving CFN workshop template and stack. Let's all default as it is. Review and create. Because this is very simple lab we are performing, just creating a S3 bucket, uh, and we are not providing any parameters or all. In further hands-on, we will create EC2 and other resources. Then we will see how we can proceed. So you can see create in progress, and here you can see resource S3 bucket is uh, in the process. So let's come to the, and it has been completed. So S3 bucket creation completed, and there is CFN workshop template and stack created. So come to the buckets and just refresh it. So here you can see our bucket has been created. So successfully we have created bucket. Click on it and go to the properties, and So this is the bucket safe and workshop templating tab, and you can see bucket versioning is disabled. So we have done first part, that we have created one S3 bucket using CloudFormation stack and template. So here is the template for creation of S3 bucket, that is the cloud using CloudFormation stack. Next, what we have to do, we have to update this stack, this resource. So here you can see that this bucket bucket versioning is not enabled, it is disabled. So by default, when we create buckets, so bucket versioning is disabled by default. We have to enable it manually or by CloudFormation. So what we have to do, so we are going to update our bucket properties, and let me show you once again. Properties and bucket versioning is disabled. So our next task is that we have to enable this versioning using CloudFormation only. So what we have to do, we have to go to our code editor, and instead of, what we can do, we have to edit properties. In properties, we have to provide option for versioning. So this is the versioning enabling property, that version configuration, then status enabled. So now it means that we are enabling our version bucket versioning, we are enabling. So one thing we can do, copy all the code and just paste it here, save it. Next, what we have to do, we have come to the CloudFormation, and here you can see one option, update. So click on it and click on replace existing template, upload a template file, choose file and go to the file, and this file we have updated, template and stack file we have already updated with properties version configuration. Next, 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 and just submit it. Now you can see here update in progress. So when update will complete, we will check our bucket, that its bucket versioning is enabled or not. So update is complete, you can see here, and in stack info also you can see update complete, and we have updated our stack, CloudFormation stack. So next, come to the buckets and just refresh and go to the bucket properties and check it. Now it is enabled. So we have successfully completed this hands-on. So let me conclude it. So this is a simple, very basic hands-on for creating S3 AWS S3 bucket using CloudFormation stack and viable template. So we have created one S3 bucket, and further we have updated the stack, uh, that bucket properties, and then we have finished our lab. So this all, and lastly we have to delete the stack. So we have to go to our cloud formation, and here there is option of delete, and there we have to delete. So as we will delete it, or this S3 bucket will get deleted. So this is all for this today's basic starting workshop for creation of resource S3. In further labs, we will see how to create EC2 instance using CloudFormation and other resources.